Hi guys, what's up? This is Slow Rider CZ in the new motorbike season. Welcome to 2024. Um, so, it's been a while since I posted the last video. That's mostly because it was winter season here, so there was a snow and ice and frost everywhere and not really a weather to ride a bike. And I did already do some spring rides, like 2 or 3, and I used those for testing the camera and microphone setup, so I hope you can hear me loud and clear. It's a nice spring day. The temperature is around 12 degrees today, so I decided to take a short afterwork ride just to give you a short comment on what's going on the channel, what are the plans, and what you can look forward to. So let's go. We are now in the valleys of Moravian Kras. Right now I'm riding my favorite road alongside the rocks. I hope you even enjoy the scenery. This one is specifically beautiful, beachy Scala. You can see that it's famous from the archaeological point of view as well. By the way, that's not the reason why we are here now. It's a new riding season and I have plans to do with this bike, and I have also plans what to post on the channel. So one of things I would like to do is I have new set of luggage, because you may remember from the reviews last year I got soft bags from Hepco and Becker. They are waterproof, they are nice, but I don't really think they get well with the style of the bike. So these are more like a scrambler or touring enduro styled soft bags, whereas to the style of this bike, which is a cruiser one, maybe a leather bags would be more appropriate. So I got that because there is a set of bags made by Hepco and Becker, even in a tan coloring, which I really like, but this set costs around 1,000 euros, so I'm not going to buy them because I would probably add more than 10% to the value of the bike. But I found a good set of bike, well priced, from a local dealer in the same color, and I got a spare set of adapters which you can mount basically to any bags. So I'm going to mount that on and see if they fit the Hepco and Becker holders. So that's one of the videos I will be posting shortly. Keep watching if you're interested in the customization of the bike. I also plan to do a review of all the accessories I have put to the bike, because I really got some aftermarket items which are on the bike, and I think it might give you a guidance on what I found useful for those of you who have the bike new and are considering to upgrading it. You might get a good starting point on where to start and maybe what's not worth the money and effort. So that's another video I plan to do. I would also like to take you for a couple of short rides around my home, which is a really nice countryside of Moravian Kras. A lot of rocks, a lot of caves, hills, and roads like this. So it might be another part of this channel's purposes. And I'm also considering a couple of upgrades which I'm not really sure of as at the moment. One of them is the upgrade to the suspension of the bike, because every review you can hear and watch online is mentioning the rear suspension. I did mention it in my review as well. When I got the bike I was almost unhappy with the rear suspension, and then it got slightly better, so it's not that terrible now, but it's to be honest just above that terrible. It's nothing like perfect, nothing like ideal. So I was thinking getting a new set of suspension that I might mount to the bike, and I would probably go with a proven technology of YSS. I've seen people switching the standard suspension for the ones from Meter 350, and I'm not sure if the result would be good, so I would go with a professional way. YSS told me that they can adjust the suspension to the specifications of the bike, because I didn't really find any that would be really made for Super Meteor specifically. One thing I'm considering is that in the corners when I ride faster, I often hit the limit of the bike lean because the low clearance is not so big. So I was thinking about getting a larger, a longer suspension set so that the clearance is a bit bigger, and I can maybe lean a bike a bit more in the corners. That would mean ride it a bit faster and more enjoyable, because you can imagine if even a slow rider can hit the bike limit, that's not a good sign. So that's one of the plans, even though the set is quite expensive, so not really decided if I shall give it a go. And maybe if you let me know what your opinion is in the comment, if you wanna see the review of an alternative suspension kit on the bike, write it to the comment, let me know. Maybe it will give me the final push to go to the order, and I would order it online. They would deliver it in a couple of days. The switch is then it's easy. So let me know what you think. I'm going to consider this. The other upgrade I was thinking about is I would replace the chain drive. Oh, see, this is really where the suspensions get to the limits as well. I was so uncomfortable on the bumpy road. But it's much better than it was at the beginning. And this road is really terrible, to be honest, so even on the GS there was no pleasure riding this part. Another upgrade I was considering is replacing the rear chain drive with a new set of belt drive. That's an aftermarket item that I found online. A guy, I believe from Malaysia, does it. And there are two reasons I'm considering this. One is that for the years I've been riding GS, I really got used to zero maintenance on the rear drive. So switching to chain, it's really a pain for me. Having to think about it, having to wash it, to clean it, to lube it, and to watch the tension of it. It's really something I would really give up if I had a choice. The other reason is that you might heard it from any other reviews. There's an issue with the factory fit chain drive on the Super Meteor. I noticed this as well. I didn't consider it as a major flaw, but now when I got some mileage on the bike, it turns out that it might really affect the usability of the bike, because the issue is, if I got it correctly, anyway, that was my observation, is when I got the bike new, there's a small measuring space on the rear fork which tells you how the chain is worn, and you can tension the chain by pulling the whole rear wheel off or backwards, and this ensures the tension. And once you get to the end of the measuring space, the scale, you shall replace the chain, because there's no more place you could pull the wheel backwards, and you couldn't really get more tension on the chain. So the issue is that when the bike was new, you would expect that you are at the beginning of the scale, but that's not the case. You are in the middle of the scale. So after 4,000 kilometers of slow riding, I moved towards the end of the scale now. So I think what that means is I have maybe 2,000 kilometers more ahead, and I will have to replace the chain on the brand new bike. That's not something I would like to do every 6,000 kilometers. So I didn't really look if there was a resolution to this issue anywhere online, but I am really going to search for it, and if there's no resolution from Royal Enfield, that would make the decision of replacing it for the belt drive even easier, because it would solve two issues in one. So these are the upgrades I want to, or I'm considering. I'm not really decided. Again, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you ever found a solution to the chain issue with the super meter. It would really help me. So thanks for your attention in this short, really like a welcoming talk. I hope you enjoyed the ride. I hope you enjoyed the nice weather we have here. It's really been a pleasure to be out on the bike again. I hope the microphone setup and the camera setup work well. You will be able to enjoy the ride even with the sound of the bike. Let me know if you have any idea how to get this better. Anyway, if you don't want to miss any other videos, and as I mentioned, there will be a couple of them in this season, you can subscribe to the channel. It will really encourage me to add more content, or give me a like if you consider this video useful. Thanks a lot, thanks for watching, stay safe, keep riding, and I'll see you in a couple of days.